What is going on, home dogs? I will be doing UFC breakdowns. One sec. Reviewing the cards during the week. I haven't really had a chance to keep up with the UFC this weekend. It's been a bit of a hectic weekend, but I had a great idea for a video because it's about two fans' favorites and two fighters who really need a fresh start in their career. Okay, you got Max Best Holloway. Volkanovski's put a cap in that. Max Holloway has said himself he doesn't mind moving up for the rest of his career. Those weight cuts were obviously tough on him. Volk's gonna hold a title for a long time. It makes absolute sense to move up. We saw him against Poirier. He stayed in there. He might have got handily beaten, but Max Holloway, for the first four fights of his professional career, you can look it up. You can look it up. He was a lightweight, and I seen him. He was a good sized lightweight. He's 30 years of age, 31. Those he's got nothing left to prove because everyone in the top rankings he's fought. And if he fights like the other guys, who else he got left to fight? Josh Emmett, Giga Chikadze. If he beats those, he knocks them off. That's why, he knocked off Cater. Cater's gonna have to really work his way back up, and because Yair is so popular, he's probably gonna get it. Yeah, because I didn't watch the Ortega fight, but with fucking the internet and everything, I have a good inkling that Yair fucked him up just because it's almost impossible to avoid it with social media, Google, everything. I do. Oh, when you're subscribed to the sport and shit, it's almost impossible if you don't watch it. Um, at the right time, it's going to yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's gonna be spoiled on you, but that's so my idea, right? 155, and it's against Tony Ferguson, but the thing about Tony Ferguson, there's a lot of fun fights for Tony Ferguson at 172 because he's got nothing left to prove at 155. But there's a lot of fun fights from at 155, and the fight people have been clamoring to see since the end of 2018-19 when Max Holloway fought Poirier for the interim title. A lot of people were clamoring for Max and Tony. And Tony and Dustin is another good one, but I think they're on slightly different career trajectories. But Tony Ferguson is such a legend. He's such a legend, right? He's on a 4-fight lose streak. But I believe you could put Max Holloway against Tony Ferguson, lightweight fight, 5 round co-main event of a pay-per-view because UFC doesn't have that many pay-per-view stars. And Tony Ferguson, every single fight he's been in since 2017 has been a pay-per-view, right? He didn't get the recognition he deserved until after the RDA fight. He was the fight night king, beat RDA on the fight night, beat Lanlavan on the fight night, beat Edson Barboza on the fight night, beat Josh Thompson on the fight night. He might have been in a few pay-per-views back before he really elevated himself, but now Tony Ferguson's worked by CFC. He's such a legend. Like, that last pay-per-view, other than the Oliveira Gaethje fight, Tony Ferguson and Michael Chandler was the unofficial main event because we had fucking two women fighting, And the thing is, I'm enjoying women's fighting now. Weili Zhang is a beast. Some of the women's fights have actually been good to watch. We have 25 minutes, and before that, Rose, I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best in the world. And then you go around and fucking like it's fucking ballet. Like that's. Luckily, I was on the phone to a homie at the time, and I missed the whole fight. I knew I wasn't missing that. But I digress. My point was, if that can be like that pay per view did good numbers, and that was because and it wasn't the best card overall, but you had Charlie Olives, Gaethje, Ferguson, and Chandler. Those are four like people you put them on the pay per view because they're gonna really add to the card and they're gonna add intrigue. I think Tony Ferguson is still good enough, because you have to take into account his 12-fight win beforehand. Never got an official title fight. There was supernatural forces that kept that from happening because he was meant to fight Habib in 2018 and in 2020 for the undisputed title. Tripped on a wire, wearing sunglasses inside as he does. Good old Tony couldn't ankle pick that shit. Unfortunately, he was out for 6 months. And then the curious thing is, if in theory, right, Tony and Khabib was so cursed, but 229, Tony was fit. He made weight. He made 155. Habib was fit. He made weight. He made 55. They were fighting on the same card, but of course McGregor went in. I get it. That was a legacy fight. They were the three kings of the lightweight division for about 5 years between 2016, like just after McGregor beat Aldo, until Ferguson lost to Oliveira, and then really until end of 2020, end of 2021, because when Ferguson lost to Oliveira, you knew he was never getting into the fight. When McGregor lost to Poirier, you knew he was getting the fight. It's a shame that Khabib didn't see the potential Charlie Olive's got, because I think at the minute, if Oliveira beats Makhachev, I think there's a chance we see Habib come back, but the problem is, will he ever make 155 again? I don't know, but if Charles Oliveira beats Makhachev, he makes a legitimate claim to being the lightweight GOAT, because Habib's reign wasn't that long, and you need I'm not saying Oliveira will beat Habib, but I'm just saying, because I don't care what they say, this counts as a title defense for, he's had two title defenses, right? Uh, he won the vacant off Chandler. First title defense Poirier. Second title defense Gaethje. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. There is a champ. His name's Charles Oliveira. That was a fucking title defense. I don't give a fuck what the stats say. He's had two title defenses. If he beats Islam Makhachev, he would have tied Habib's title defenses. And how fucking poetic would that be, right? Both have three title defenses, okay, and actually some of them are against the same guys. Gaethje and Poirier, they both pretty much beat Gaethje and Poirier the same way. Like literally, Habib and Oliveira beat Justin Gaethje same round, around the same time, same way. Gaethje was a little bit different. Oliveira took some shots, but if his boy Islam loses, which I'm not saying he will, but what a better storyline. Conor McGregor's great. The UFC needs Conor McGregor, and I am actually intrigued to see his next fight, because let's be honest, the guy's not a bum. He lost two fights to Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier, former interim champion, two-time title challenger, currently number 2 ranked lightweight in the world. Like, Dustin Poirier has only lost to Habib and Oliveira in the last few years, and that's the lightweight GOAT and the current lightweight champion. So I forgot what I was gonna say about Justin Poirier, but yeah, that's like that's the fight. That's the fight. Oliveira against Makhachev. But in turn, actually now, so I'm making Max Holloway, Tony Ferguson next fight. Okay. Oh yeah. I'm saying that. So Habib and Oliveira beat Poirier the same way, but Gaethje was slightly different. Habib, actually, they both took some shots from Gaethje, in fairness, but obviously Habib has a better chin. But Oliveira shows he really has that heart. There, like go back to 2017, he quit against Paul Felder. He had an injury against Max Holloway, I know, but that was back at 145. He quit there. But well, he couldn't help. He had an injury, but he had a reputation for quitting before. But you can really see now, if you look at Charles Oliveira's story, he got enlightened, man. He got right with God. When you have faith, like when you truly believe, like in the highest God, like in Jesus Christ, in your Lord and Savior, it will move mountains. And then that's the thing. It doesn't matter, like, if you call it God, Jesus, whatever. Like, fuck religion. That's all bullshit. That's all divide and conquer. Do you know what I mean? They're trying to segregate us into all these little boxes. God is God. It doesn't matter what you call it. It doesn't matter if you call it Allah, whatever. But my point is, they're both very spiritual, intelligent fighters, and they got right with their God, what they call their God, the higher power. And when you know that God is with you, like, you're basically invincible. But that's the thing though. Habib had that too, and like Islam has that devout thing. So I mean, win or lose, obviously you're not invincible. But um, I noticed that since Oliveira started talking about his fight and stuff, he's just looked like a different animal. But those Dagestanis, their man have got too, and Habib had that aura of invincibility. Islam doesn't quite have that aura of invincibility. So that's actually a pretty 50-50 fight in my matchup. I, I'd say a Makachev would be slight favourite, and if I had to give a pick, and as well as that, it's in Abu Dhabi, so I hate to say this, I hope I'm wrong, but if it's a close fight, the judges are probably going to sway it towards Makachev. So I think you need to give Tony some time off, and Mac, they took that brutal beating. March of next year, I think it's too big of a fight to put on like even like an ABC. He could potentially a headline an ABC card, but they're both gonna add money and value to a UFC pay per view. And I honestly think you don't even need two more title fights card. I think that should be co-headline of like whatever UFC event is in March, and then I don't know who will be fight like. I haven't got a clue to be honest. Let's say it's fucking I don't know Aljamain Sterling, TJ Dillashaw. Who's gonna win? Some I will match make, fantasy match make just for fun, like the UFC know what they're doing, but just for shits and giggles, you know what I mean? And if the UFC don't like it, they'll never see this. They don't give a shit. But if they do like it, I've got no problem with it. I don't claim any copyright. I'm not doing this for the money. I'm not looking for any money. I'm just doing it for the fucking fun. But if you like my idea and Sean Shelby and Dana White, you can give me a little bit of a cut, and I wouldn't mind it, or at least some free tickets. But even if I get nothing, I'm happy to help your product, because some of your matchmaking has been a little bit questioning sometimes, but you still are the fucking cream of the crop. And that Charles Oliveira Islam Makhachev was the fight you needed to make. Congratulations, brother. I know the second half of this year is going to be so much more lit than the first. Please, no fucking Amanda Lemos, Jessica Andrade main event. Nothing against them. I love Jessica Andrade as a woman's fighter, but I feel we're getting to the end of the Apex cards, and with the crowds, you have to put on good shows. So enjoy the rest of the year. In the rest of the year, guys. Next fight, Max Holloway, Tony Ferguson, and I'm gonna be saying who I think McGregor's next fighter should be. But my two main front runners now, just to give you a little sneak peek, like and subscribe, and it'll be easier to keep up to date with my prophecies. Mystic Mac up in this shit. No. But like, obviously the UFC is unpredictable. They know what the fuck they're doing. I'm just some fucking idiot giving my opinion who's passionate about the sport and just wants to see the best fights for the fans. Don't give a fuck about anything else. I think the two most likely opponents for McGregor next are Nate Diaz through the trilogy. That's the most lucrative one. And if Nate's only got one fight left, you might as well fucking, do you know what I mean, get the most out of it. Because if McGregor loses, does he even bother? Like, but the thing is, the UFC need McGregor to win. So I think Nate Diaz they see as a winnable fight. A couple of other great fights I'd love to see: McGregor against Justin Gaethje or Michael Chandler. But I think those are winnable fights for him, but they're potentially risky fights. I think Justin Gaethje actually might be a good option for him, but I shall review that at a later date. Hope you enjoy the content. Like and subscribe, motherfucker. Get your finger out, touch the screen. You know you want it. You don't want to miss out on the rest of this banter, because I'm just getting started, baby. Peace out.